Not Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So, Joe Biden considering a major tax increase. The first major tax increase in 30 years. It's exciting.
That's what we need, right?
Yeah, it's exactly what we need when the economy's been trying desperately to recover from COVID-19. It's just what we need is something to really throw a monkey wrench into everything. So this would be the first in about 3 decades, and this is to fund long-term economic recovery. Oh, huh. Unnamed sources, though, confirmed the plans that reportedly indicating the major tax hike, first since 93, is expected to pay for key Biden administration initiatives, such as infrastructure. How many times do we have to hear about the infrastructure? The crumbling infrastructure. That's what they said in 2009 with the stimulus. We need $787 million. No, $787 billion.
Right. And shovel ready, right?
Yeah, all these shovel ready programs. We're going to fix bridges. We're going to fill in potholes. We're going to make airports updated like they are in China. So this will pay for initiatives on infrastructure, climate,
Oh, no.
and expanded help for poor Americans. Raising the corporate tax rate from to 28% from 21%. That's always helpful. Paring back tax preferences for so-called pass-through businesses such as limited liability companies or partnerships. Raising the income tax rate on individuals earning more than $400,000. Expanding the estate taxes reach.
Oh, no.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because, you know, obviously after you've paid a lifetime of taxes on everything you own, once you die, well, then it's the government's. All of it belongs to the government, I guess. It's amazing that they will tax you all through your life. And then when you die, they're going to take even more. They're going to take 50% of whatever you have. That is absolutely immoral. And, of course, a higher capital gains tax rate for individuals earning at least $1 million annually.
Wow. So this is good. I like that they have a wish list, that they're going to jack up taxes so that they have more money to spend. I'm just looking at the usdebtclock.org. We are over $28 trillion in debt, with unfunded liabilities pushing $160 trillion. So
$160 trillion.
So maybe we pay off some of these debts.
Nah.
With
why would you?
Additional income.
Why would you? There's no need for that. We just keep spending. Spend all you want. We'll make more. We'll just keep printing money. It doesn't matter. We're like Lay's potato chips. Eat all you want. We'll make more. This is spend all you want. We'll print more. So that really works out very, very well. I mean, as long as you've got a printing machine, why do you even hesitate to spend money? Why? This is just absolute madness, especially at this time when we're teetering on the brink of economic disaster. Now you're going to throw in a massive tax increase as well. Wow.
Right? We've said this before. We're out of words.
You're just out of words.
The word store is closed. And that's why we had to put new ones in the dictionary yesterday.
Yeah, 600 of them.
Can we pick better ones, though? Oh.
How much better can you get than supposedly? How much better can you get? That's brilliant.
Oh, pain.
Supposedly, rich people aren't paying enough, so we're going to hit them even harder. If you polled the American people and you told them how much rich people are taxed right now, they'd be absolutely blown away because they don't think that rich people pay any taxes. And they certainly believe that rich people pay less than they do. They absolutely wholeheartedly believe that. There's such ignorance on the part of the American populace, well, they've been told, though, by Democrats forever that the rich aren't paying their fair share. They would swallow their tongues if they knew that rich people right now, just in income tax alone, federal income tax, pay 43% of their income. And then after state and local taxes, it's probably more like 55%. Really? Is the government entitled to more than half of everything you make? Who believes that? What is your fair share? Well, we're about to find out with the Biden administration what your fair share is. Because you're certainly not paying it right now. We know that. Man, it never ends with the Democrats. And it used to be that when you knew they were going to hike taxes, that was a detriment to your campaign. In fact, it usually meant that you didn't have a chance to win. That is not the case anymore because they have convinced so many people that they're not paying their fair share.
I mean, that's what got Bill Clinton elected because George H.W. Bush made that statement, no new taxes. Read my lips, no new taxes. And what happened? New taxes. And then he lost his job because of it.
Yep. Yeah, that little lie didn't do very well for him.
Yeah. And then of course, then they elect Bill Clinton, who then gives us the largest tax increase in history, which Biden will outshine now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 1993, actually, the last time this all happened. So.
Good times.
You might recognize 1993 and now as each with a Democrat in office. Isn't that weird? Of course, it always is, except for JFK, who, I love how they always say, Ronald Reagan would have no part in the Republican Party. The Republicans are so radical that Ronald Reagan wouldn't recognize it. Really? Would JFK have anything to do with the Democrat Party right now? He wouldn't. He'd be nothing like a Democrat right now. And they wouldn't want him in the party.
So that last big tax increase, though, Biden had only been in the Senate for 21 years at that point.
That shows you how long ago that was. He had only been in office 21 years in 1993.
Can't take it.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah,
it is great. NBC News has some interesting advice for people going to the gym. You should wear your mask in the shower, in the gym shower.
I swear it's a game they're playing.
It's a good idea. See, how many stupid things they can get us to do. Watch this. I'm going to get them to wear a mask in a gym shower.
In these newsrooms, and hell, even Fauci's office probably, they sit around, they think, what's the most extreme thing we can do? They make it a game, and then they go out in public, and you have to have proof to take it back to the office. If they ever see anybody doing one of their stupid recommendations like this, I don't know if you're going to get in the shower, but I guarantee you, they're just trying to see how far they can push this.
NBC News reported on guidance from the CDC for Americans to wear masks and to practice social distancing in gyms. CDC highlighted a study of a gym in Chicago last summer. Study focused on 81 people who exercised at the facility, and they found COVID-19 cases were identified in 68% of the gym attendees. The NBC News article provided tips on exercising at the gym during the pandemic. First of all, you should, of course, exercise at home or outdoors, not at the gym, they say. Disinfect your equipment, wash your hands, and wear a mask in the shower. It's best to avoid showers if possible, since you can't get masks wet. Otherwise, they lose their efficacy. But if you need to shower at the gym, shower as quickly as possible and only remove your mask when your face and head is going to get wet.
Oh, stop. Please.
It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
Are we that?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we are.
I don't want to ask. I'm not finishing the sentence.
You don't need to finish it because you do know the answer immediately.
Help us.
Jeez.
When do the aliens come? When do they get here?
Any day now. Any minute now. Chuck Todd had Fauci on and on his show on Sunday, and asked him, told him it's inevitable that we're going to have more pandemics in the future. Did Fauci deny that? Here's what happened.
When you think about, sadly, having to prepare for this again, right? And I know there's a lot of folks who think that, due to climate change and due to globalization in general, it's inevitable we're going to deal with more and more viruses like this.
Pause it for a second. Due to climate change, more pandemics are going to happen?
It's an odd premise.
Due to climate change?
And he says it like it's a matter of fact, like we're all on board. And, yeah.
Obviously, it's inevitable that due to climate change, we're going to have more pandemics. Well, of course. So here's what happened.
The biggest lesson you're going to take away to prepare for the next one.
There are a couple of lessons, Chuck. There are lessons domestically. There are lessons public health-wise, scientifically. Let's take global to begin with.
Let's do.
We have to have a better global health security network of interconnectivity, of communication, of transparency, so that we are talking to each other all the time and know what's going on. We also have to have a continued investment in the science. If you want to look, Chuck, at the success story in this terrible year has been the extraordinary, unprecedented advance with the vaccine, where, in January of 2020, we started the process, and 11 months later, we had a highly efficacious vaccine going into the arms of individuals, which is going to be the answer to this, together with public health measures. So keep the science up, continue to support the public health infrastructure, and remain global in our interactions. As I've said so many times, a global pandemic requires a global response.
Of course, there's nothing you can do in the face of global warming. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, he didn't even address that.
It's inevitable.
Do you notice that?
Yeah, I do. He didn't say anything about it.
Wow, Fauci.
So apparently he doesn't dispute it. Yeah, because of climate change, it's inevitable. So we're all going to die.
Probably doesn't even worth mentioning, in the response.
Right.
Since we all understand.
Sure. Everybody knows. So why even bother? There's such obvious climate change, global warming, that we have had another huge blizzard. This one, a mid-March blizzard.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, epic snowfall in Wyoming. 30.8 inches of snow in Cheyenne, Wyoming. 2.5 feet of snow. The most snow from a single storm the city's ever. We're talking about Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's the most they've ever seen.
Wow. Some places, 4 feet?
Yeah.
But Cheyenne
had 30.8 inches. Yeah, so 2.5 feet.
Yeah.
Previous record was set in 1979 when the city got 25.2 inches over 2 days. Same system became the fourth largest snowstorm in Denver ever, leaving 27 inches of powder at the Denver International Airport. Throughout Colorado, 5 locations got at least 3 feet of snow. At least 3 feet.
That's the floor.
Yeah.
It's 3 feet and above.
Right. There was a picture to the story where there's a guy trudging through snow, a full-grown man. He's into snow almost to his neck. It's global warming, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Exactly a month ago that we got nailed here in Texas.
Wow, it's been a month already?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, 14, 15, 16.
And we got what? Did we get 4, maybe 5 inches of snow, which was a lot for us?
Yeah, it depends on the area.
Yeah.
But I think 5.5 at my place. Yeah.
There's a good amount of snow. And it stayed for days.
Yeah.
Which never happens either. But of course, with the global warming bringing on the cold, it got so hot that it flipped right back around, made the full circle back to cold.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I tell you what's so great.
That's hot.
What about those snowstorms is, I'm a snow hound myself.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I check the forecast. If there's a flake in there, I'm ready.
Why don't you marry it then?
I want to marry it. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I want to marry snow.
You should.
So I'm so excited, right? And
you just can't hide it.
And I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. And
I think you like it.
Oh, I like it, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I had the hip surgery. So, of course, I can't get out. Of course, it snows for the first time in 8 years here, and I can't get out and enjoy it with my kids because I'm sitting around with the old hip.
Yeah, that sucks.
That did suck.
That sucks.
But anyhow.
Anyway, you had some delicious things to eat, like Built Bar, right? Laying around.
I sure do, and did.
Yeah.
But those didn't last long because I ate them.
We're a few months into 2021. So how are your resolutions going for you? Mm-hmm. If your answer is not that great, we can all sympathize. But thankfully, I found something that makes it easier, and that's having a Built Bar during the course of the day, or maybe two.
They are lifesavers, man.
They really are.
Seriously. That's the one thing that I am so fascinated by Built Bars is that I eat them and then I'm not hungry.
Right.
For the longest time, I'm like, when's the last time I ate? I'm not hungry.
Right.
Because, I'm a furnace,
I notice that all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it actually tastes like a candy bar. It doesn't taste like a protein bar. Protein bars taste like, chalk or that really delicious Dow chemical aftertaste. Oh, that's so fun when that's left lingering with you all day. But this has all the good stuff you need in a protein bar. It's low in calories and carbs and high in protein and fiber. But it tastes delicious and comes in all kinds of different flavors. Caramel brownie, cookies and cream, raspberry, peanut butter, mint brownie, just a ton more. So if you're looking to find something you can snack on, but not something to make you guilty, feel bad all day, Built Bar's your answer. Don't give up on your resolution. Built Bar is there to help. Go to BuiltBar.com, use the promo code PAT15 to get 15% off your next order. Promo code PAT15 for 15% off at BuiltBar.com.
Beware, Pat Gray is unleashed.
Yeah, it's ready. The latest ickiness on Mario Cuomo, or Andrew Cuomo. Of course, it'd be really icky if it was Mario, since he's been dead for many years.
Oh, no. Yeah, that would be.
That'd be even creepier than the Andrew Cuomo situation. But he was apparently physically aroused when he allegedly hugged his press aide 2 decades ago. Karen Hinton, who first went public against Cuomo on March 6th, detailed the alleged incident during an interview on WNYC radio. He approached me, embraced too tightly, too long, and was aroused. Too much information. Yeah. Too much information. Oof. I felt extremely uncomfortable and actually shocked. Nothing had ever happened that way before between the two of us. Hinton, who's married to lobbyist and former Cuomo administration official Howard Glazer, has said Cuomo twice hugged her inside a Los Angeles hotel in December 2000. At the time, Cuomo was Bill Clinton's housing secretary, and Hinton was working as a consultant. In the wake of the initial accusation, Cuomo responded with a vehement denial, insisting what she said is not true. How dare you call a woman a liar? Mm-hmm. How dare you? Who are you to defend yourself? How come that's not a problem for him? Everybody else, anybody else, would be bludgeoned to death. How dare you? How dare you even deny that any of her allegations were true? Women must be believed, which is something he's always said, too. He has actually said that in the past.
Wow.
I don't think he believes that anymore necessarily. No. But Cuomo said, as everybody who has been involved on any level in New York politics knows, she's been a longtime political adversary of mine, highly critical for many, many years, and has made many, many accusations. She then fired back with, truth is the longtime adversary that Cuomo fears the most. Yeah, that I believe.
That's a good line.
That is great. So she's one of 7 whose allegations of groping, sexual harassment, and other inappropriate behavior are under investigation by outside lawyers. Now, even through all of this, 35% of New Yorkers think Andrew Cuomo should resign. Just 35%. Should he resign over the sexual accusations? Yeah, not necessarily. He should have due process, right? We believe in due process, and he should have his day in court, and it should have to be proven, and he should be considered innocent until proven guilty. But we know he's been proven guilty of sticking people in nursing homes who had COVID-19 and killing thousands of nursing home patients as a result.
That is not even getting a whisper now.
No.
Are you for real?
No.
Like that?
Nobody's talking about it.
By the way, 30 women have gone to New York Magazine saying that they were either harassed or bullied.
30 now.
Yeah. So I don't know. So you add that to it. So,
and what's their definition of bullied?
Exactly. Or harassed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what was it? His ex-wife was a friend of his ex-wife came forward and said that she had locked herself in a bathroom or something because she feared for her safety.
To avoid him?
Yeah.
Really?
Is that?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
A friend of his ex-wife.
Yes. So basically, the ex-wife had told a friend that she was trying to avoid his physical abuse.
Oh.
And locked herself in a bathroom years ago.
Wow.
This guy's not Doesn't sound like
Doesn't sound like, yeah. But
governor material, let's say that. On any level.
Yeah. It doesn't. And you can tell he's a douchebag just by watching him and listening to everything he says and does on his press conferences. Does he not seem like the most arrogant, obnoxious douchebag?
And see, that's where due process has already played out. We can tell it's quite obvious to us that he's a douche.
It is.
And on that fact alone should be out of office.
Yeah. But, if New Yorkers like to have a douche in office.
Which their track record shows.
Whatever. They do.
They do.
Yeah, they love it.
So, hey, he's one of us over there.
I mean, him, Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York. Could you get any bigger douchebags? De Blasio was the friend of enemy communists back in the 1980s. He went to Manawa, Niarawa to give aid and comfort to the enemy, essentially. He spent time in Manawa, Niarawa.
Right.
So
the stuff that should matter does not.
It just doesn't. And now they're stuck with both these douchebags for at least a while.
Yeah, de Blasio actually called for Cuomo to resign.
Yes. And when you've got a guy like Bill de Blasio saying you need to go.
Yeah.
That tells you something. And you're supposedly in the same party. That's amazing. You must be a pretty bad dude.
Supposedly. Yeah.
Supposedly. I mean, they're
right.
Yeah, de Blasio is essentially a communist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He might even be a card-carrying one. I don't know. But all of these communists gravitate to the Democrat Party because they believe the same things, and it's a lot easier to get elected. If you're calling yourself a communist, you're probably not going to be elected. But if you're just a democratic socialist, why, that's fine.
Or maybe let's just say hypothetically, you're running for local office around Chicago or something, join something called the New Party.
Mm-hmm.
Again, complete hypothetical.
That could never happen. I mean, a person like that would rise through the ranks.
You would never end up, say, in the White House.
Nah, please. Maybe first become senator of, a large state.
Now you're getting specific.
And then before you've even finished your term as senator, you run for president and get elected. That can't happen.
I was living in the realm of hypotheticals.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I'm doing.
That's
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
I was
that's
hypothetical.
The New Party, I forgot about that. Man, there was so much stuff with Barack Obama and his communist ties.
What? Why are we talking about Barack Obama?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
Hit me out of the blue.
God. We
what
just
a world.
Never learn.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought this could happen in the United States of America and happen repeatedly, for that matter? Pretty hard to believe.
Yeah.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. This is nice. 8 Republicans have voted with the Democrats on the gun control bill. 87-year-old Senator Dianne Feinstein, Congressman David Saline, introduced a bill to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines just hours after the Democrat-controlled House passed a gun control bill, again, with the help of 8 Republicans. And now they've got this assault weapons ban introduced as well. An updated bill to the ban, this would, ban the sale of, transfer, manufacture, and importation of military-style assault weapons and high-capacity ammunition magazines, as were used in the massacre in Dayton, Ohio, where the shooter had a 100-round magazine attached to an assault rifle.
Well,
it's been 17 years since the original assault weapons ban expired, and the plague of gun violence continues to grow in this country. You know what? It did while the assault weapons ban was in place as well. It didn't help at all. It didn't do a single thing. Although she says, to be clear, this bill saves lives. No. When it was in place from 94 to 2004, she claims gun massacres declined by 37% compared with the decade before. We're now seeing a rise in domestic terrorism, and military-style assault weapons are increasingly becoming the guns of choice for these dangerous groups. I'm hopeful that the new administration and Democrat control of the Senate, we can finally pass common sense gun reforms to remove these deadly weapons from our communities. They're so good at this stuff. Democrats are so good at being able to just slightly shift the argument, because people will say, wait, we've got the Second Amendment. Oh, this has nothing to do with the Second Amendment. We all believe in the right to keep and bear arms. What we're proposing is just common sense. That's just plain common sense gun reform. I'm not saying anything against the Second Amendment. And that's how they win. Assault weapons are designed for a single purpose, to kill as many people as possible in as short an amount of time as possible. That's why they're the weapon of choice for mass shooters and domestic terrorists. They are weapons of war and do not belong in our communities, according to Congressman Saline. Weapons of war. So a handgun is what? Now, it would be a weapon of peace and love? I mean, what are these other weapons designed to do? They all kill. Every single gun that is manufactured is designed to kill something, right? Whether it be an animal or a human, that's what they do. They're not designed to be a doorstop. What do you expect it to be? But again, this is the incendiary language they use. And that's how they sway so many people. Well, yeah, if it's designed for just one thing, I guess that is bad, right? Well, a car is designed for just one thing, too, to drive. Everything is, of course, that's the purpose. It's just that humans need to be smart enough and compassionate enough and moral enough not to use it for bad purposes. You use it to protect yourself and your family. You use it to bring down food. There's a bunch of different things, but yes, it does kill. Yes, it does. And you could use it in war, just like you can use a knife in war.
Does this bill outlaw the ownership of nuclear weapons?
No, it does not. Those are designed for only one thing as well. And those are weapons of war.
Mm-hmm. Probably a big deterrent, though, if you had one.
If you had one, it would be, yeah.
I'm just looking up the law. I'm just trying to find the specific law that bans that. I mean, they keep going after your guns, then you're going to keep looking for ways to get around it.
Keith, they're not going after your gun. These are just common
No, they're going after my nukes next.
Common sense maneuvers.
Pat Gray.
Love how Donald Trump right now is being hammered because he's taking regular private jets. Leftists are jumping all over him on Twitter. talking about the, quote, run-of-the-mill, unquote, plane that he has been seen boarding, he and Melania, a few times. And they love the fact that he's not on Air Force One anymore, but he's also not in that Trump jet that he had, was what, a 747, I think. And he hasn't been flying in that lately. It's just been, I guess, a 24-year-old Cessna Citation 10 that he's been taking. And so the left, of course, mocking him mercilessly. Poor baby, a 24-year-old plane? Guess he can't afford a better one, huh? Another user said, life as we know can change on a dime. Guess the former guy is needing to make some adjustments now. And on and on it goes. I thought it was a bad thing that people, took private jets anyway. And now all of a sudden it's a bad thing that he's not taking a gigantic private jet, just a normal private jet. This guy can't win. He cannot win. And if he flew commercial, then what would the brouhaha be? 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I got some tweets here. This from Viking. Just print a few $1 trillion coins.
Oh yeah,
we almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
What's her face? Was it Rashida Khalid? Is that who's?
Tlaib?
No. It was
Ilhan Omar, AOC.
It was Tlaib.
It was one of the
Rashida
squad.
Tlaib. Yeah. Anyway, she had a great idea. You do 2 coins, $1 trillion each, and then you cover the whole bill.
Yeah.
And then the bill would be backed by something, and there'd be no inflation.
Here's what I would propose, if I may.
Sure.
What about 30 $1 trillion coins?
Cover the whole debt.
Cover the debt. Gives us a little room too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Until the bill is official and circulating, because that's about $2 trillion right there.
Got it. 41 trillion dollar coins. Then we don't have to think we can kick the can down the road. Pay it off, have 10 trillion to spare.
So that gives us another 6 months or so till we get to 40 trillion. Yeah, that's a good idea, Keith. I like it. Rowdy Introvert tweets, did Pat just claim that global warming has circled back to cold temperatures? I think he might be onto something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will have to circle back on that one.
Mm-hmm. Folksy authoritarian ad lib. Did Cuomo call any of his accusers a lying dog-faced pony soldier? That seems to be the acceptable way for Democrats to call women liars. Yeah, it does, and he hasn't quite done that yet. And from Rat's Anus, if Cuomo comes out as transgender, does all of this go away? Right? What if he identifies as a woman? Then that would kind of make it okay, right?
I will say, if he identifies as a woman and then tries to participate in a collegiate track and field contest specifically meant for women, then he's going to get a lot of sympathy from the left.
He'll actually be a hero at that point.
So I mean,
I think we can officially make him a hero.
It's getting to that point. He may want to consider this.
Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. In Israel, the number of vaccines is such that I think they're just experimenting with regular life now. You can go anywhere, do whatever.
Regular.
But I think you do need a passport. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's an article.
I remember right.
The New York Times printed an article a few weeks ago that caught my eye, and basically saying if you want to participate in society,
you'll be vaccinated. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
Whoever doesn't vaccinate will be left behind, according to this article. Israel is raced ahead with the fastest COVID vaccination campaign in the world. So they've inoculated already almost half their population with at least one dose. There's, I think, 9 million in Israel, so that's 4.5 million people. Now the rapid rollout is turning the country into a live laboratory for setting the rules in a vaccinated society.
Scary.
Raising the thorny questions about rights, obligations, and the greater good. Netanyahu's cabinet voted this week to open shopping malls and museums to the public, subject to social distancing rules, of course.
Oh, of course.
And mandatory masking, of course.
Of course. Yes.
Wait,
I mean, seriously.
What is the vaccine for then?
What's the point, right?
Seriously, if we can't go to a museum without a mask and staying 6 feet apart, why are we getting the vaccine? Because that's the same life we lived prior to being vaccinated. There's no sense in that. I don't think. What are you doing? If this isn't so that you can be mask free now,
right? What's the point?
What is the stinking point?
Yeah. I mean, and I love the thing going around the internet that says, imagine a vaccine so safe you have to be blackmailed into taking it for a virus so deadly you have to be tested to even know you have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But for the first time in many months, gyms, cultural and sports events, hotels, swimming pools are reopening, but only for some.
Well, then.
You must have the green badge. It's a system that functions as both a carrot and a stick. The government's making leisure activities accessible only to people who are fully vaccinated or recovered starting on Sunday. Yes. 2 weeks later, restaurants, event halls, and conferences will be allowed to operate under those rules. Customers and attendees will have to carry a certification of vaccination with a QR code. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you think there would be any society that might not think carrying around identification and a badge, you think if there's any country on this planet,
it would be a country filled with Jewish people.
Yeah. Look at this video that was sent our way of people trying to get into a grocery store, presumably here in Israel. Look at this. They got the checkpoint right out front, Pat. Look at that. Oh, let me check your papers. Okay, let me check that. Okay, now you get a little green badge to go in and shop.
So it's in full operation.
Yeah, because that article's a few weeks ago.
They're really doing it.
And now it's happening.
They are really doing it.
Yep. See?
They're picking their nose and chewing it.
I don't know that.
I mean, this is worse than picking your nose and chewing it. May I see your papers, please? That's what this is.
Israel.
Yeah.
Israel. Are you awake?
No. The answer is just no, they're not.
And if you
can't see the irony in Israel in this,
right? If you don't think that's coming here,
good.
Gosh, I've been telling my kids for 6 months, your world's about to get a lot smaller, and it's already happened right there in Israel. You want to go shopping? You better get vaccinated and be one of us. And he's saying, yeah, this sucks. Something.
Is he though? Is he saying it sucks or it's great?
That's America.
Now at least I can get out of the house.
Mm-hmm. Christmas.
I don't. Wow.
Christmas. By Christmas. That's America. In many places, if not the entire nation.
That's chilling. And again, didn't eliminate the mask, doesn't eliminate the social distancing. You're doing all the same crap. All the same stuff. And you're all vaccinated.
Brother?
What's it for? What are you doing it for? I can't believe it. I seriously can't believe it. I mean, I knew this was going to be strange and ironic and irritating and limiting. I didn't think it would be this ridiculous. It gets worse. No matter what happens, 2021 just keeps getting worse.
2021 is already kicking 2020's butt down the street.
It really is.
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
Yeah? You thought last year was bad?
Oh, hold my beer. I mean, seriously.
And if you think this year is bad, just wait till next year.
Oh, 2022's in the incubator. He's already got horns growing out of his skull.
Oh, man, that match ad is going to be tough to top in 2021. That's going to be crazy.
Oh, boy.
All right. Rough Greens, 888-933-93, by the way, is our number, or at Pat Unleashed if you want to get in touch with us. Let me show you this particular dog that
an animal video?
Seems to be a little frisky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at this dog.
Okay, hopping around, doing circles.
That dog is a lot of energy, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go play. Come on.
Okay, my dog is not quite that frisky, but she's pretty close.
Yeah?
Yeah, but she had slowed down for a while. I think that dog is on Rough Greens. That dog is happy and active again. Rough Greens will help your dog get there because Rough Greens puts back into your dog's food all of the essential vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega oils that your dog needs. Most dogs, like ours, like mine, love this stuff right out of the box. And I hear stories all the time about how dogs, even picky ones, just literally wolf this down once they have it, sprinkled on top of their food. But sometimes, apparently, it does take your dog a little while to get used to it. So the first thing you need to find out is if your dog will go ahead and eat the Rough Greens. You can get a free bag of Rough Greens for your dog to try out. All you pay is shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFF greens.com. Roughgreens.com or call 833-ROUGH-DOG.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, so we have the vaccine badge in Israel, and they've already talked about a health passport here. Well, we need a health passport to travel.
Yeah.
To say get on an airplane.
The airlines are asking the Biden White House for some guidance. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's kind of like the way the social media folks, remember Facebook? Mm-hmm. Please tell us what to do and how to be, government.
They're running ads right now, Facebook. By saying that the internet laws are outdated. We want new regulations. We want to be regulated.
And they're going to write the laws.
And they're going to write them.
And they'll shut the door on everybody else.
Yep, exactly right. So we've already got the health passports. Israel has the green badge. In China, they've got a really cool system that maybe we could adopt this too. They've got a social credit score in China.
Yeah.
That
everywhere
works
she goes,
really well.
Ouyang Haoyu is followed. What she buys, how she behaves, is tracked and scored to show how responsible and trustworthy she is. It's called the social credit system, and in one version now being tested, a person's reputation is scored on a scale of 350 to 950. Mm-hmm. And Haoyu, with a good score of 752, is okay with it. In fact, most people are.
It's a mechanism pushes you to become a better citizen.
It's big data meets Big Brother, expanding how the government monitors, understands, and ultimately controls its 1.4 billion citizens.
Oh.
Thanks to advances in artificial intelligence and facial recognition, and a web of more than 200 million surveillance cameras.
Are people bothered by
Pause that for a
privacy concerns?
200 million? Did you catch that?
They've 200 million cameras everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. 200 million.
Do you want to be safe or not, Pat?
Yeah, I do, Keith.
And
You're right.
Yeah,
I was thinking for a minute I valued my freedom over my safety, but no.
Keep in mind, this pilot program was from a while back.
Yeah, this is like a year ago, right?
Yeah, this is in full swing now. This is something that we just saw.
100 million cameras. Okay. Not a problem. What else?
Safety.
In artificial intelligence and facial recognition, and a web of more than 200 million surveillance cameras.
People bothered by privacy concerns?
Why would
we think a lot of camera keep the safety.
Sure,
really
keep the safety. Right.
We can accept it.
Companies are experimenting with the algorithms to help the government create the new national social credit system. The government also has pilot projects. In one, citizens are required to do hours of unpaid work to get benefits. And scores are docked for things like littering, a messy yard, gossip, even jaywalking.
Gossip.
Video of offenders
Pause it for a
is shown
second.
on the
How do they know when you're gossiping? That must mean that people are narking on their neighbors.
Yeah, they are.
Their friends.
They have people go around.
They're narcs, and they report you. My neighbor just gossiped?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
aren't you gossiping about your neighbor by telling me this?
And you got to be extra careful because you're the neighborhood gadfly.
Oh, that's true.
But all I know is a lot of camera keep the safety, Pat.
It's well put, Keith.
Thank you.
You learned a little something today, didn't you?
I did.
See?
A lot of camera keep the safety.
All right, let's see what else we can learn.
Offenders is shown on the local news.
Jaywalker.
And information collectors like Joe I. Nee are paid to report on their neighbors Her quota,
there we
10
go.
entries a month. Like the man who carried a drunk person home. A good deed, she says.
I appreciated that.
Good social credit gets rewarded with perks
Pause it for a
like
second.
cheap loans.
Though for the person they carried home,
Right.
the drunk person.
I figure they're going to get docked, right?
Yeah, they're going to get docked. Darn it. But you did a good deed. You get a couple of points here on your credit, on your social, what do they call it?
Social credit
It's
score.
Social credit. Yeah, on your social credit score.
Can Scoremaster help with this, by the way?
No, it has not moved to China as far as I know.
Okay.
All right, let's see the rest of what we
Credit
need to know
gets
here.
rewarded with perks
Look at
like
this.
cheap loans and travel deals. But a
this.
bad score means public shame and worse.
And
Huang
worse.
Hui-jun lost a court case and didn't pay. Now he's on a government blacklist. I can't buy airplane or train tickets, he says, and the list goes on.
Well, he
Being
should've-
discredited makes
should've
it hard to
behaved
get
better.
a job or put kids in top schools. The social credit system will go nationwide next year.
Yeah, see?
And
Few
it
here
already
are willing
is.
to criticize it, something that may pose a risk itself for a bad score and the life that comes with it.
Oh, my.
Janice Mackey Frere, NBC News,
Yeah.
Beijing.
What do you think of that?
That's crazy.
You don't think that what we saw in
Wow.
Israel today is going to be Israel, etc. tomorrow?
Boy, they are
right there.
They are literally living 1984. Literally living
I'm not living in that world.
book.
I'm not living in that world.
No way.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
I'm not living in that Chinese world, and I'm not living in that Israeli world either.
No. You got to feel for them. I mean, they've been oppressed for so long. They think this is great because they're being protected. They bought into the cell from the government. Yeah, you want to be safe, right? This is going to keep you safe, and it's going to give you really cool opportunities in the future when you behave yourself and we see that you're behaving yourself. You're going to be able to do things others can't.
Wait, was that? Oh, that was the Chinese leader who said that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was President Joe Biden last week. Literally saying what you just said.
That is true, right? Because our thing is we'll get to have a backyard barbecue in July if we behave ourselves. That's, yeah. Welcome to it. Some tweets here. Todd Curtis tweets, the Bill of Rights is kind of like a speed limit for our government. They may not like it or agree with it, but they must obey it. Except they kind of don't.
Yeah. Do you drive the speed limit, Pat?
All the time. Yeah. Every moment of every day.
Well, the government could learn something from you.
Right? Tobin for Pope campaign. Every time a leftist proposes common sense anything, what they really mean is pinko kami bull.
Yep.
From Pew Pew One Pew. I guess history is not a subject the Israelis pay much attention to, huh? Seems like it. Magic Missy, and just like that, I no longer need to shop in person for anything.
No kidding.
Yep. Also, DM tweets, once the government is openly allowed to use our device cameras, they will have billions of cameras to happily help us keep our social scores at an acceptable level. Or even a really highly desired level.
Yeah. Another listener tweeted out, Vern Lundquist. It's great that Vern Lundquist listens to your show.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
to point out.
Yeah.
Because I wonder how many points that guy got for saying a lot of camera keep the safety.
He probably got several.
Seriously.
Yeah, he probably did. We're going to get into that a little bit deeper and remind you of something. Well, we brought it up, but we're going to actually play the sound of what we talked about a few moments ago, where something triggered a memory of clear back last week with our new president. I can't even. I mean, I was so young.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how old I was last week. It was late last week, too, I think. So,
Yeah.
But that was a long time
Way
ago.
Way back.
You know the top two things people say when they notice when they start using Texas Superfood? They notice they have more energy and they sleep better, and those two things go hand in hand. Texas Superfood. It gives you the power of nutritionally dense fruits and vegetables. I don't get nearly enough, especially vegetables, in my life. And so this stuff is great because it gives you the power of enzymes and probiotics. I don't know anything about what probiotics do, but I know that everybody talks about them like they're a really good thing. And so I just believe it now. It must be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So let's go get the probiotics.
Yeah.
And those enzymes, huh? Who doesn't love enzymes?
Who's with me?
Oh, man. It's organic, vine-ripened, antioxidant-rich. There's another thing. I don't know what antioxidants do. Are oxidants not good? And so I got to have the antis?
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to be for biotics.
Okay.
And you want to be against oxidants. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Raw natural fruits and vegetables are what you're getting when you take Texas Superfood. Makes nutrition incredibly easy. Each ingredient's been certified and selected to give you the optimal nutrition intake. And with their grab-and-go packaging, you're able to guarantee that your Texas Superfood will be there when you need it because you can take it with you anywhere. Just go to TexasSuperfood.com. Check it out for yourself today. TexasSuperfood.com.
Pat Gray returns.
Okay, so China's got this really great plan where if you behave, you get extra points. You get enough points, you get to get on a train and go somewhere if you want to. Mm-hmm. If you get enough points on a regular basis and you keep compiling them and you don't use them for train rides, you can eventually take a flight somewhere, go somewhere. Not outside the country, of course. I mean, that's silly. But we'll let you go somewhere in the country.
If I get enough points, do I get some cash back?
That I don't know. Okay. I don't think so.
Some yen back?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. All right. And you know what? We were just saying, that sounds like an excellent plan. And then we realized, well, yeah, we've already heard the plan.
That's an old plan.
Yeah, we heard this plan last week from our fearless leader. Mm-hmm. Here's what he had to say. Fifth.
And maybe most importantly. I promise I will do everything in my power.
I promise.
I will not relent until we beat this virus.
Okay.
But I need you. The American people, I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you.
I'm not
I need you to
joking.
get vaccinated when it's your turn and when you can find an opportunity. And to help your family, your friends, your neighbors get vaccinated as well.
Okay.
Because here's the point.
Here it is.
Okay, here we go.
If we do all this, if we do our part,
right.
If we do this together,
I got it.
By July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends, will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout and a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day.
You let me do that?
That doesn't mean large events.
No, of course not.
Lots of people together,
Obviously.
but it does mean
pull back on the enthusiasm.
We'll be able to get together.
It does
After
mean.
this long, hard year.
Thank you.
That will make this
Dear
Independence
leader?
Day something truly special.
Yeah, it's so special. You're going to
Where
let
we not
me
only mark our independence
go
as
into
a
my
nation,
backyard.
Independence.
we begin to mark our independence from this virus.
Independence.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. So if you are good, if you behave the way I'm telling you to behave, why, I will allow you to go into your backyard with 2 or 3 other people and maybe cook something on your grill.
Maybe 4? Could I have 4?
No. But if you have a credit score that's high enough, a social credit score high enough, I'm talking like 1,500 to 1,800 right here, then you, your wife, and 2 other people can go into your backyard.
I've got 3 kids. Does one of them have to stay inside?
Yes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
But wait,
Yes.
we're outside.
I know.
It's our backyard.
You've just lost some of your credit score.
I
You've
just
lost
asked
some of
a
your
question.
social credit points. No, you've just gone down 38 points.
So what does that
on
mean
your
about my
social credit score?
Independence Day festivities?
That means you're not as independent right now.
Oh,
you're not.
So now I'm down to 1 kid can join us?
Now you're down to nobody. In fact, you can't go into your backyard on July 4th.
What?
Sorry. Nope, you've already blown it.
Oh, no. I mean,
how dare you question? How dare you?
The sick ironies on this show alone today.
It's amazing.
Independence Day. Yeah, you might be able to get a small gathering if you do what you're supposed to do beforehand.
I'm talking
Right.
independence.
Right.
Not just from Great Britain, but one day we'll be able to experience that. But also, I need you to do what I want you to do. If you allow me to sniff your hair, you can then go into the fresh air.
I thought,
See what I did there?
Yeah, but wait, now you're changing the rules, Joe. Hey, how creepy is that?
If I can lean over your left shoulder, really close to your ear,
then what?
And maybe lick your ear.
Well, now we're doing a lick. We've gone from a vaccination to a sniff to a lick. I mean, back off, old man. You
if I could just lick your ear once.
No, none of this is good.
Okay, if you're not going to obey me.
Yeah. I don't get into my backyard.
I'm not gonna let you go in your backyard.
That's good.
So great.
That's good stuff right there. I mean, so you've got that independence.
Yeah. Right.
Just, ridiculousness. The irony there. And then you've got Israel with their green badge to be able to shop.
Unbelievable.
I mean, this is unraveling very quickly.
And I love how it says on our prep sheet today, social credit system coming. Well, yeah, it's already here. Obviously, Joe Biden announced it last week.
Effectively.
Yeah. It's effectively here right now. If we do what he tells us to do, why then, if we're good boys and girls, maybe you can go into your backyard with a few friends.
I did see, at least in Texas, I imagine it's nationwide. It might have just been an alert on my phone, unique because I'm in Texas, but 50 plus. So if you're 50 years or older, now you can get in line for the vaccine. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was a couple days ago. And then I quickly swiped it away because don't care.
Yeah. That means I could get into line right now in 21 years.
I thought you were like
in
19.
21 years.
Oh, okay, got it now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm bad at math, as you've been documented.
Yeah. Pop star Halsey, who is...
Anybody know?
Terrific, right?
Right.
I mean, pop star Halsey...
Never...
changed their pronoun to she, they, citing pregnancy.
What?
Pop star Halsey, who is currently expecting her first child,
wait,
quietly updated her social media bio to change her pronouns. What were they, I wonder? She changed her pronouns to she, they, saying her pregnancy has leveled her perception of gender entirely.
Oh.
Meaning what? She feels more like a woman now because she's pregnant? That's sexist, if that's the case.
So this isn't a baby thing, necessarily. That's weird.
Fans who took notice to hate Halsey's pronoun change.
You know Halsey.
Yeah, of course, Halsey.
You know, why are you stumbling?
I don't know.
Her? You're over there jamming to her all the time.
Bad day. Her pronoun change apparently was very well received. They expressed their approval and excitement on social media, with one stating the move means so much to me because I've been struggling with my gender identity. I'm glad she could help. I really am.
That's good.
I hope Halsey changing their pronouns gives others the confidence to express what also makes them feel comfortable. It's okay not to fit into the category society puts you in.
So these people were just basically sitting back waiting to see
for
what Halsey was going to do.
And if her gender is she, they, why...
I'm empowered now.
Me too, I guess. I don't know.
What a sad world.
It doesn't say what Halsey's pronouns were before. And what has Halsey ever done?
Like you don't...
You name a Halsey song?
Of course I could if I needed to.
Corby? Halsey? No? No bells ringing? You do know the name? Huh. Rob, you know the name Halsey? Because...
are we seriously? Are we just old and out of touch? Oh, yes.
I don't know. That is crazy.
You obviously know without me.
No, I know without you. I can't live.
No, I don't think so. How about East Side?
No.
Walls could talk. That would freak me out.
Sure, that's
Walls start
terrific.
talking.
Right.
Man, we got a lot going on there. I'm not mad, Pat.
That's one of her songs?
Yeah.
I'm not mad. Pat?
Well, no, I mean.
Oh, okay.
I'm
not mad.
Comma,
She's
Pat.
I see.
Kind of how Pat Summerall used to do murder.
She wrote. 888-933-93. This from Pathead Dennis on Apple TV. This is great because they've got a bunch of movies that have been directed by women that you can choose from this week or this month. Is it Women's Month?
Sure.
It was International Women's Day last week, and I think this is Women's Month or something. I don't know. Anyway, here's some movies directed by women that you can buy for under $10. Unbroken, The Unbelievable True Story. Unbroken, that's a good movie. It's hard to watch because the guy's tortured, and it's difficult to watch anybody being tortured like that. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty good movie from Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers. And then The Matrix, which you might be saying, wait a minute, wasn't The Matrix done by the Wachowski brothers? Yes, it was. But they're now the Wachowski sisters.
Oh, no.
It is ma'am.
So The Matrix now qualifies as having been done by women, even though they were men at the time.
What is happening?
Absolutely amazing.
So they say you could watch The Matrix
because it was done by women.
Women's Month.
Well, wait a minute. They're women now. They weren't women then. You can't give them The Matrix. No. I'm going to put my foot down on that.
You need to back off the hate. just pull it back just a touch.
Are we going to say then that Bruce Jenner was a woman when he won the gold medal against men?
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to say that?
Great moments in
women's sports when Bruce Jenner won the gold medal in the decathlon in 1976. This is just asinine. Can we please stop it?
Yeah.
Stop it.
So on Apple TV it says under $10, directed by women.
Right.
Matrix. Stop.
Yeah. It's not.
This is so ridiculous.
That's not a movie that was directed by women. Sorry.
Just when you think.
It can't get any worse.
Of course, I don't know that we think
stupid.
that. I don't think we think that anymore. We know it can get
We've
weirder.
been proven wrong too many times. Yeah. Let me tell you about some great news about Patriot Mobile. They've expanded their coverage a lot, and so it's a lot more Americans that can take advantage of their incredible service. So you can dump your big name carrier that gives all your money or so much of your money to left-wing causes, which is why we're so happy to proud to partner with Patriot Mobile, because they don't send a penny to the left. They won't try to silence you. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. And you can switch with confidence knowing that you're going to have great coverage just like you do with the other carriers because they use the same towers. And they really make it easy to switch. You can keep your phone number, you can keep your phone, or you could change both of those. And when you build your own bundle with multi-line discounts, you'll save even more. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call their U.S.-based customer service team. 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT. This month, you'll get free Premier activation where they set up the phone for you. And you'll get a special gift thrown in when you use the offer code PAT. patriotmobile.com/Pat. Cookies will be back in operation later on this week.
What was that?
Cookies. We'll have cookies.
Why are you...
Eventually. There will be cookies in your life again. Delicious cookies. The world's best cookies.
Wait.
Kexi cookies.
Is that not a thing right this second?
Well, we're sort of closed, kind of, we kind of make the transition from the part-time kitchen to the full-time kitchen we just built. So later this week, we'll be announcing that we're full go. We're ready to go. The entire nation, will be able to experience the best cookies in the history of the world.
It's happened.
I think starting Thursday. So we'll be open for business from our new state-of-the-art kitchen where we just got this gigantic oven. There's the picture of the oven.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Yeah, that's a big oven.
How many cookies fit in there?
You can do 225 every 10 minutes.
Oh.
So in an hour, you got hundreds of cookies.
Wow.
Literally hundreds and hundreds. Well, actually close to 1,000 cookies in an hour.
Is it self-cleaning?
I don't know.
Just wondering.
I hope so. I don't know. I doubt it. I don't know if an oven that size
so I got a
self-cleans.
Question for you. Is there a road from here to that kitchen?
I will have to circle back on that one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wait,
Thank you, Jen.
and then from that kitchen to your house, because you got to get back and forth.
Well, I'll circle back to you on that.
Well, wait, no.
So we'll get together and
then
figure it out.
Yeah.
I also spent a pretty good portion of Saturday helping to package the cookies. So if you order this week, you just might get a cookie that I packaged personally. So that'll be a thrill, I'm sure. For
you should put
eating a cookie.
Put a little note in and like one cookie
package,
one package
by Pat,
like inspected by.
So that's not today, but that's later on this week. Finally, we've had all these questions about it. So
yeah, that's exciting, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about it.
And how do you spell Keksi again?
KEKSI.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joy Behar. She continues to be the most poorly named person in the history of the world. What a joyless person Joy Behar seems to be. I don't know her. I've never met her, but what a hideous person.
Maybe that's her middle name, Les.
Yeah, maybe. Joy Les Behar. Here she is talking about Antifa. This is great.
Right out there with his racism. There's no dog whistle for him. It's like, I'm a racist. Have a nice day. You know what I mean?
No.
I guess, it's funny. When I was watching this, it's so aggravating to listen to this idiot. I mean, he and I are very different. I'll tell you this right now. If I was surrounded by people carrying weapons, people erecting nooses, screaming, hang Mike Pence, bludgeoning a police officer to death, I might be a little scared.
Oh my
but
God.
Ron, no, he's not scared of those people. He's scared of this fictitious idea of Antifa, a thing that doesn't
Ron
even
Johnson.
exist. He needs to go. He needs to go, and soon.
Son, right.
So I love the fact that she continues to vomit the lie that the Capitol police officer was bludgeoned. She just said it again there. Hey, Puddin', check out a news report from time to time. Update your idiocy every once in a while, would you? According to his own family, Officer Sicknick was not bludgeoned. He died of a stroke. Actually, there's been no formal announcement of what he died from. For some reason, they won't release the report. But he did not get bludgeoned by anything or anyone. He was not beaten to death. He died of a stroke, according to his family. Stop lying about it. As for Antifa not existing, she said it doesn't even exist. Please tell that to the residents of Portland, whose city is being burned to the ground by these non-existent animals. The great thing about Joy, again, the most misnamed person on earth, is that not only is she butt stupid, not only does she have all the intelligence of a bathroom bulb brush, I'm sorry, she's got about half the intelligence of a bathroom bulb brush.
I was about to say, don't insult bathroom bulb brushes, man.
It's so insulting to them. But she also might be the single most obnoxious person living in the history of the world. She is hideous. Will you? Wow. And you're complaining about Ron Johnson being obnoxious and being hard to listen to? Wow.
Takes one to know one.
Have you ever watched a clip of your show? I can't. Again, I can't. It's just like Keith's thing. I can't.
I can't.
I can't.
I can't.
There's just nowhere to go with that because
I can't.
That just sums it all up. I can't.
All done.
I mean, I can't anything right now. I can't think. I can't speak. There's no words. I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. All right, 888-900-3393.
What a world, man.
Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. By the way, 62% of people say non-vaccinated Americans shouldn't be able to fly an airplane.
Here we go.
62%?
Here we go.
Wow.
When you get the mob on your side, it makes it even that much easier to keep the public
Well, they
under
made
your thumb.
everybody scared out of their mind over this virus. And you can go a long way on fear. When you make the people super afraid, they're willing to do a lot of stupid things. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. So, Dr. St. Fauci of DCC was interviewed recently. When was this? Over the weekend?
Yes.
Last week sometime? Yes. He was interviewed by an unusual source. A Mexican comedian named Eugenio Derbez. So he went on this guy's show, or this, I guess, podcast. Yeah. I don't know.
No Halsey.
No Halsey?
Yeah, he's no Halsey. I mean, you know.
The pop star Halsey?
Yeah. Like these are just references we have no idea.
Never heard of Halsey.
So did this Mexican comedian guy, was it just a laugh a minute with the two?
No, actually not.
Oh, no.
No. He treats him completely respectfully. You know, which, of course, the guy's a doctor and a saint. You don't want to mess with him.
Right.
Which I might a little bit. I might be tempted. So, Dr. Fauci over there, you kind of talk like this, I noticed. So what are you, from Idaho? More specifically, like, I'm detecting a little southern Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
In your speechification over there.
That's definitely.
Did I nail it? Yeah. Over there.
You got it.
Anyway, he's asking Fauci initially about FDA approval on these vaccines, Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. And Fauci goes on this long dissertation, and then he kind of tries to nail him down on it. He holds his feet to the fire.
Ooh. But I asked if it was approved by the FDA.
It's approved by the FDA.
I feel that it's a different thing that an emergency use authorization than an approval. So what is the difference between an emergency use authorization and an official approval by the FDA?
Yes, that's a very good question. So an emergency use authorization is based on the criteria if the benefit clearly outweighs the risk and that you get a good degree of efficacy and safety. The full
good degree
licensure is when you follow it for a longer period of time and you get more information and data. I have no doubt, given how very, very efficacious all three of these are, that they will ultimately get the full authorization in the sense of what's called a biological license approval.
But here's the thing right now that I'm trying to talk around so nobody notices over there. They ain't approved by the FDA. That's what I'm saying, okay? Without actually saying it, what I'm saying is these ain't approved by the Food and Drug Administration over there. Man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you realize that?
No, I did not.
Until today, I did not know they didn't have FDA. Because they went to the FDA for approval. Right. We all heard the nonsense.
Yep.
And then they were released, and the FDA supposedly approved them, I thought. No, it wasn't an approval. It was an emergency use authorization.
Yeah, and then I didn't think anything of it.
I didn't either.
But
nobody picked up on that, I don't think.
There's been no animal testing, by the way. They did trials last year.
You don't want to put animals through that.
Right.
So
the humans were literally the guinea pigs and continue to be so, quite frankly, as we're learning.
Yep.
In fact, you've got a listener who just told me that last Friday her mom got the vaccine and then woke up Saturday morning blind in one eye. Now we're a week and a half out.
Oh, my gosh.
I asked her for an update this morning. Mom is still without vision in her eye and just got admitted to the hospital with a 103-degree temperature. This all started the day after the vaccination that she received.
So it can cause blindness in one eye, at least?
I mean, I'm sure
and
it's
we
a
don't know if
coincidence.
it's temporary or permanent.
Well, they think it might be an eye stroke.
An eye stroke?
Which I'm sure just
never
out of the blue.
Brought on.
Sure. Just a coincidence. Like
just
if
a coincidence.
If she hadn't got the vaccine on Friday,
would
I'm
have
sure
happened
Saturday
anyway.
would have still played out the same way.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah. It's sickening, man.
It's quite doubtful that had she not received the vaccine, she'd be blind in one eye.
Exactly.
No.
Come on.
We know better than that.
But remember in Israel, if you want to participate in society and commerce, you better get that vaccine.
Well, you need the badge.
The green badge.
The green badge.
It's not to be confused with the yellow star.
No, right. Wow. All right, we got some tweets here. Paint America Great Again tweets. Why do I feel so dirty? Laughing and laughing and laughing at the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, we make the apocalypse fun here, so you needn't feel guilty. That's just bougie. Tweets, wow, seems Joy Behar is very ill-informed, and it seems she isn't embarrassed to be this ill-informed on national TV. The sniper BBB, never name your kids after virtues. Just causes unnecessary pressure on them. Yep. And from Lil Dead Shroom, come on, don't compare Joy Behar to a bull brush, Pat. The bull brush is actually useful.
I think you apologized to the bull brush.
I did, yeah. And there's no way she has all the intelligence of a bathroom bull brush. There's no way.
I thought you were aiming a little high.
Half at best.
I thought that was
best.
No, I thought you overshot there as well. But
did you? Is it a quarter? I mean, can we give her an eighth? I don't know.
Maybe an 8. Maybe an 8.
An eighth of the intelligence of a bathroom bull brush. Okay, I can go with that.
Okay, hold on. Here's a great question. Is Joy Behar smarter than turtles?
If turtles weren't so stupid, they would put straws in their noses. When I see a straw, I put it in my mouth. Straws don't belong there, but the turtles don't know why. So maybe they all deserve to die.
Lovely. That's just beautiful.
Yep.
And you're welcome.
Bingo.
When I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning with that in my head, I always think, yeah, you're welcome, Pat.
You know what?
Happy to play that for you.
Your audience does that when they wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and hear Bon Jovi in their head. Don't do it.
What?
Don't. Sorry.
This?
Though I'll keep my social distance, what this world needs is a hug.
Until we find a vaccination, there's no substitute for love. So love yourself and love your family. Love your neighbor and a friend.
Anytime you love a stranger, but just a friend you ain't met.
By the way, did you see the Grammys the other night? I don't think anybody did.
I did not.
Okay.
I did see a video clip from the Grammys, and I did not send it in for use.
Because we'd probably never heard of whatever it was that was on it.
There was a dance, a couple of ladies dancing, and it was the end of the world as we know it.
Really?
Yeah, we're done. I mean, it's over.
Well, again, the lowest ratings ever recorded for the Grammys. And every single time they have one of these self-congratulatory shows, it's going to be the lowest rated because we're just done with them.
Yeah.
We're sick and tired of it. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear it. And their ratings just continue to plummet, and they still don't do anything about it.
Yeah. That's why that no one was talking about this particular dancing on Monday morning at the water cooler at work because nobody watched
Nobody saw it.
It took social media to get it traction by yesterday afternoon, and then everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that happened at the Grammys? That's gross."
Well, and I saw the lineup of artists that were going to perform, and it's like, who's DaBaby?
Oh, remember that lady's pregnant with DaBaby's baby?
Uh-huh.
I know that.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. Was Halsey there?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Halsey wasn't there, but DaBaby and something like DaBaby. DaBaby and The Baby, and then there was the woman named Stallion, or I don't know.
Is that right?
So ridiculous.
A woman named Stallion. Like, is that her name?
Something like that.
Her they?
What is her name? Something The Stallion.
The Stallion?
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. I'm going to have fun with this one.
And it's a female. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Megan The Stallion.
Megan The Stallion.
Thee.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you got too much time on your hands.
Weird.
If that's the name you came up with. Was that a focus group? What kind of name do you want?
And why? It's so weird. Everything is just upside down. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Omega XL. If the world is giving you a pain in the rectal cavity,
every day.
I don't know if Omega XL will cure that, but it will. It will help you if you have pain brought on by inflammation. Wherever that pain is in your body, this attacks it and turns it off. And once the inflammation goes away, then so does the pain. That was certainly the case when I had this inflammation in my elbow, and it just radiated down my arm, and it was miserable for several months. And I just started to think I was going to have to live with it. But then once I started taking the Omega XL, after about a week, started to feel a big difference. After 2 weeks, the pain was gone. Hasn't come back since. So this neutralizes inflammation that causes all that pain in your joints. To get you started, when you order one bottle of Omega XL, you'll get a second bottle free. Visit omegaxl.com/Pat. That's omegaxl.com/Pat to buy one, get one free.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
So do you think we can classify Jen Psaki as the all-time worst White House press secretary, or is the jury still out on whether she's worst or second worst?
I will have to circle back on that one.
So, we'll circle back on that. In the meantime, she's asked about the border crisis. And does your boss really have a handle on what's going on here?
Thanks. Just two quick ones. Jen, given how fast-moving the situation has been, does the president believe that his administration has a handle on what's happening on the southern border right now?
We certainly do. And let me just give you a bit of an update on a couple of the steps that
we certainly do.
We're taking.
Okay.
First, let me say that
sure.
Like COVID, obviously different issue, but we recognize this is a big problem. The last administration left us a dismantled and unworkable system.
Unworkable.
And like any other problem, we are going to do everything
Pause
we
it
can
for a
to
second.
solve
No. The last administration left you with not one, not two, but 3 vaccines. Now, whether or not those vaccines are a good thing, well, that's up to interpretation. However, this is what you wanted. This is what you're using. This is what you're touting. They gave you 3 of them to work with. What are you talking about? A broken system? No, that is completely untrue. They came up with 3 in record time. If this was Biden who did that, you can bet that they'd be trumpeting this every single stinking day.
That might be the only way to turn the left off of these vaccines.
Right. By the way, who was it that came up with these? Well, that cleared the path to come up with these so quickly in record time. I'm talking 1/10 the time of the previous record. And not 1, but 3.
Oh, I'm not getting
in record time.
Trump vaccine. Gross.
All right, well, don't then.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Don't.
And I mean, that's kind of like the way to get the masks to go away. Just get the environmentalists on board.
Right.
Because they're litter everywhere.
They are. They're everywhere.
You've got to figure out a way. This is what they do so well with the other side. You've got to figure out a way to put a wedge between special interest groups on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Environmentalists with the pro-masks, right? The vaccine pushers and the anti-Trump. I mean, that.
How many billions of masks have been discarded already?
Oh, gosh, remember we had it in the ocean and stuff?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch
there might
has to
one
be
now.
about 8 times what it previously
there might
was.
actually be one
yeah,
now.
filled with masks.
Okay, this was 1.5 billion in December.
Jeez. Discarded?
Estimated to be in the 1.56
billion
mask. Yeah.
In the ocean already?
In the ocean.
In the
estimated
ocean.
to be.
My gosh.
Have entered the ocean, yeah.
1.5 billion already in the ocean.
But you keep doing that. You keep wearing them.
And what are the turtles doing with those masks?
Oh, no.
I don't think they're wearing them on their face. They're too stupid.
Shoving them. See, you're supposed to cover your nose, turtle.
Right.
Not up
jam them up your nose. That's what turtles do.
Man, turtles are so
They're stupid.
Stupid.
They are. If turtles weren't that stupid, they wouldn't put straws in their noses.
If turtles weren't so stupid, they wouldn't put straws
So you do
in
want
their
it.
noses. When I see
That's practically begging for it.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
mean?
put it in my mouth. Straws don't
Belong
belong there, but the turtles don't know why.
Yeah.
So maybe they all deserve to die.
Maybe we'll end up with less stupid turtles after this pandemic, after what they're doing with masks. So there might be a slight benefit there.
Perhaps.
Honestly, I was kind of neutral on turtles until we realized how stupid they were. And now I'm like, I don't care for them.
When you're sticking straws up your nose instead of putting them in your mouth to drink a beverage.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
Turtles are stupid because they're the ones who. That's why if you live along the coast, that's why you have to turn your lights off because turtles are too stupid. They think it's the moon when it's really your back porch. And they're like, oh no, we got to turn the turtles around and send them back out to the ocean. They're so stupid. Are they worth saving?
No.
Okay.
They think your porch light is the moon?
Yeah, that's why you always see turn your lights out when you're at a house in Florida or something like that along the coast.
Oh.
Because the turtles go to lay their eggs and they want to go toward the moon or whatever. And then
morons.
Yeah, they think that your backyard where you're having a 3-person barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you've been good.
If you've been good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, turtles are stupid. That's why you have to build turtle tunnels.
Yeah.
Because they're too stupid to know don't go on the main road.
Right.
The turtles are idiots. And remember they froze in place when the cold air hit Texas a month ago?
Yeah.
We had to human beings had to rescue those turtles
thousands
en masse.
and thousands of turtles.
Put them in a convention center and say, all right, y'all thaw out here.
Because they were too dumb to move. Just because it was a little chilly. Get back in the ocean, you morons.
Seriously, they were like, oh, it's cold. What do we do? I'll just stand still.
Get back in the water.
Man, they are
dumb.
Not
they
worth
are
saving. No. So I'm sorry to break the news.
They all deserve to die. So. Mm-hmm. And they think your back porch light is the moon.
Yeah.
It's way too close to be the moon. They don't know that.
They're not worth saving.
Why? They're stupid.
They're stupid.
Hey, turtle, everybody knows the moon is 280,000 miles away.
It's not right here.
It's not right here on my porch.
and then they don't know where to lay their eggs, and there are no more turtles. So it's almost like they're just taking care of themselves for us. Oh, man, they're dumb.
It's a good thing that the birds are always eating their eggs then, I guess.
Yeah. They're doing us a favor.
Yeah.
But the birds aren't real, as we've learned.
That's right.
So maybe the government is taking care of the turtles for us through the fake birds.
Very likely. All right, 888-900-3393. The battles continue at these school board meetings. All these school board meetings are amazing because people are really starting to speak out at them and demand that these people wake up, whether it be over the COVID-19 nonsense or this critical race theory. It's amazing, and people are going to the right place now. Your school board is one of the most important places you can go and voice your opinion.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important places where you need to find good people to be on that board. School boards make really important decisions because it involves your children and the way they learn. And here's another instance of a person, in this case a black woman, putting the school board in their place.
In the document for critical race theory, your stated goal is to make children activists in their own home. What does that mean? Why are you creating trying to create an adversarial relationship between parents and child when that is the relationship that needs to be strengthened?
Right.
This school-parent relationship and you intrinsically just advocating the kids to just be adversarial to their parents is nuts.
Pause it for a second. This is awesome because it's coming from a black woman specifically.
This is in Ohio, by the way.
So she is educating these idiotic school board members, most of whom are white, about what kind of harm they're doing to the kids. And here's a black woman saying it who should be benefiting from it, right?
Why are you teaching critical race theory to our kids?
Yeah, why are you teaching white kids to hate themselves? Why? All right, let's see the rest.
Let me tell you something. I'm a professional as well. I grew up in corporate America. I've met people like you all every day. Y'all don't know nothing about black people, but you yet and still, you think you can make rules for black people. The black kids in Beechwood schools, when they were growing up all these decades until you all came along, they didn't look at race or gender. Very successful black people, very successful. But what did you do? You just decided, instead of looking at Beechwood data, you decided to put us lumped in with George Floyd and everybody else that got killed that had nothing to do with Beechwood. Nothing. So what do? You put in stuff like critical race theory and all this other garbage that, first of all, is none of your business.
Thank you!
Sorry to interrupt, but just in the fairness, I stopped you at 3 minutes, and I've let you go a little bit longer. You've gone over 4 minutes.
Just let her finish.
Let her finish.
Come on now.
Got a white guy interrupting her.
I didn't allow her to finish. I'm not going to take exception to that.
You don't ask black people how to handle. It was nothing for you all to do here. Now you have kids not liking their own parents.
Thank you.
You have black kids that are
or
now
themselves
racist against their peers.
Yep.
We never saw that. You all went down a road because of what you see nationally that had nothing to do with Beechwood. Now you're teaching, and now you got school systems in this congressional district telling them how to have anal sex, and this is what your sex education.
Wow.
They're teaching the gender unification.
I'm going to cut you off.
Oh, he's going to cut her off.
The gender unification.
He's going to white-splain.
Yeah.
Again,
let me white-splain to you, hon.
Back and forth, but I take extreme exception to almost everything that you said because your premise is wrong. This administration and this board is committed to equity for every student in this district. You can shake your heads no out there. You're committed.
This isn't his time. This is her time. I'd like to point out.
Every student that attends Beechwood schools.
What you read in the book?
Thank you.
What you read in the
Wow. They need to launch a serious campaign to remove that guy.
Yeah.
And everybody like him on the school board because he knows. I'm going to white-splain to you. I'm going to talk down to you because you don't know what you're talking about. And we're all about equity. No, critical race theory is not about equality. It's not about equity or equality. You're killing this generation. Doing such incredible harm to both white and black kids.
Think about that. These kids are in lockdown. They're not seeing their friends. They're not learning. Yet when you release them back into schools, they're into these racial equity traps that are being set for them. I mean, what do you do? What's the answer besides homeschool? What is the answer?
Well, I'm afraid that is the answer. Homeschool is the answer. You got to get them out of this system because you got pig-headed people like that who just won't listen. Just won't listen. He didn't listen to a word that woman said.
Teach your kids the beauty of the Constitution.
888-900-3393. Use that number tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.